What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Just kind of bored a little, and been going through YouTube a little bit, and just have been watching a lot of random Yu-Gi-Oh videos and stuff and all that. Just felt like I haven't posted anything up Yu-Gi-Oh related, so I'm gonna go ahead and post something up Yu-Gi-Oh related. So, and I'm gonna bring you a deck profile, and I just put this here just because to have something in front of me. I don't know, before I brought out the deck. This card is good. It should be unbanned. I like this. This shit would go up to, like, I don't know, 50 bucks maybe if it got unbanned. Man. Alright. This is a deck I've been running for a while, and I kind of like it and kind of don't, but I just really like versatility of it, and it is the Malefic deck. Yes, bow before its splendor. This is your main boss, 4,000 beater, and he is the most important card in the deck because he is your boss monster, basically. That's just it. He is going to be the main person that you want to get out and kind of protect. Your second best card would probably be this. Only 2 Gadgetron Dragons. I think 2 is good enough. I only put 2 because it's space. But if one of them get bottomless, you still have the other one, because when you run Gear Town in the deck, it's easy to get them out from anywhere, so except the banish. So yeah, 2 is, I think, is just fine. You could do 3 if you find the space. And I run the Machinas because I think it just makes the deck a little just better. And you run the Machina Gear Frame, so you could take those and get those Machinas to your hands, because yeah, it'll just be good just to get them all to your hand. You have the monsters in hand and all that, and get to go off like that without any worries. So the main thing you want to get is Gear Frame, but if you don't, if you have Fortress with like cannon, that's good too and all that, but Gear Frame is like basically the main one that sets up your Machina plays for this deck, and it's just so good. 2 cannon is alright. I think 1 you can do with. I mean, cannon's not really needed in the deck if you don't want to. I think he's the reason for the space issues kind of in my deck, but I think he's just real good to make rank 8s. Necro Valley is a terrible card for people, and it's just so good in this deck, so why not run it? 3 Gear Town. That's all the field spells you have to run, or need to run, per se. And that's just what gets your ancient Gadgetron out the more quicker. And I run 2 Forbidden Lance. Most people run 1 for like space. I think 2 is pretty good to protect your boss monsters. Mainly it's for protecting your boss monster. You don't want to waste it. Probably a Gear Frame if you already have a boss monster on you and you're just gonna go off with it on the next play, so save it and then get your boss monster out there for lance it if they bottomless or anything like that. Yeah. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. That's the best 3 spell cards. And 2 MSTs, just 2. That's all you need. Me personally, I don't really care about back row, especially with Gadgetron Dragon out. So 2 is okay. I kind of bumped it around. I used to have none, actually. Terraformings, just to get the spells. You could run 3. I would knock out like an MST for it. And I play this Swords of Revealing Light, just because I have other decks and they already have duality in them, and I think a pretty good replacement for duality, if you don't have room in your deck for it, is this card right here. It's like, the way I see it is duality just takes the top 3 cards off your deck. This takes 3 turns, and you can also bait out MSTs and all that with this, so that's pretty good. And I also run 1 limited removal because it's at 1. I wish it was at least at 2, because usually I never draw this. Not even on DN. I never draw this. It just pisses me off. Now for the traps, 1 warning. That's it. I don't like to run the solemn. I like to save the solemns or my life points and for other occasions, because I sometimes have the chance of not getting the monsters out, or they're just destroyed because I don't have certain cards in my hand to protect them. So I don't need my life points being drained so much. I wish there was still 2 warnings and they just banned Solemn Judgment. So, 3 Dark Bribes. This is the reason why I used to not run 2 MSTs, but sometimes you might not get it, and setting the Dark Bribe before anything could take too long, so yeah, so I had to put the MSTs even with Dark Bribes here. 3 Skill Drain, the main trap card that you want, and it is just so good. It shatters almost any deck because basically they're not running all vanillas. I mean, yeah, they're not gonna do anything. 2 Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain is just like more protection. I could take it out for space for other cards, but basically you don't need too much protection in this deck because you've got such big beaters and it's hard to get over them, and it's overwhelming for your opponent. But I do think these 2 are something you could use. If you don't want to use these, you could use like T-Roars, anything to stop attacks, period, and just end that turn right there. I think those things are kind of needed on almost any deck. So, but my favorite card is Mirror Force. It's like my favorite trap card. I don't know why people hate this shit so much. Torrential is situational for some decks, like decks that really love to swarm, like basically Mermills and stuff. But this is my favorite trap card. Fuck everything else. My extra deck. It's not a full extra deck because I kind of don't see myself really needing too much cards in this deck, because I don't need to exceed that much, because the main boss monster is just Cyber and Dragon. But to get them out, you need these 3 to get those Cyber and Dragons out. That one's parallel. That looks nice. That was pretty awesome. I like it. Yeah. 1 Sun Dragon. I used to have another one, but I traded it. Really good trade, but I would say I need another one. I'm not sure if it's actually needed because I only have 4 targets, but I don't know. It's just a really good card. It's really good in this deck. I believe so. Gemini Pearl for rank 4s. Utopia rank 4. I put this in here just because it could go up to 2,500, and that's pretty good just in general. Maestro and Pappy, because Pappy is awesome. I don't see myself not running Pappy. I'm like a slim guy right myself. Slim X Team Symmetry. Always loving the Pappy. But yeah, Pappy's awesome. But yeah, that's my Malefic Machina deck. I usually call it Mechalefic. I don't know, just to make it shorter. If not, it's just Malefic Mayhem Town. Malefic Mayhem Town. I don't know. I switch up the nicknames for these for this deck so much, but yeah, this is a fun deck. You should try it out. Tweak it around to your likings. You could run Ds in here, all those other cards that people like. This is just the deck I run, suited for the cards I actually own. And I don't own that many cards, but I own these. Alright, later YouTube.